What's up, everyone? It is Jason. Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you a little bit about sales, your sales swagger. I'm going to call this video Sales Swagger. And it's really about the process that we all use to convey the message of what we are capable, how we do things, and the things that we can bring to the table as solutions for people that are considering us. Yes, I'm talking about sales. And I have a lot of pretty hardcore and foundational principles that we employ here within the SCE event group, which I feel that we do incredibly well in the area of sales. We love starting conversations. We love connecting with people. We love bringing solutions to the table that aid people in planning the most incredible events of their lives. And I'm really proud about our sales process, how it unfolds, how we do things, and all of it end to end. I was thinking about the principle of selling, and I was thinking about this exchange of information. And it's weird how the world works. You think about a topic, you maybe have a little bit of a conversation about it, your phone somehow hears what you're talking about, and then all of a sudden you go on Instagram and you start getting served content. And I saw this really good video, a number of really good videos on the art of selling. And I'm not even going to mention who this was by, but they are a pretty predominant figure who is certainly incredibly successful. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about 7 numbers. I'm not talking about 8 numbers with 2 commas. I'm talking about not 9 numbers with 2 commas. I'm talking about their business is valued over that and has achieved the 3 comma, world of wealth, which is something that a lot of people can never and will never touch, especially in the world of entertainment. So I feel that their information was pretty solid. And essentially, the premise of this, which I wanted to record this video on, and my interpretation and my summary of this is not me remixing what they said. Really, it's me interpreting it and conveying it to our world, is I feel that some of the issues that we all struggle with as working wedding professionals is we dive into selling the widgets, the things that really don't matter. And I feel that a lot of the exchange doesn't connect to the current generation that is planning their weddings. Yes, some people want to know the stats. Some people want to know the widgets. Some people want to have that very straight to the point exchange of, this is how I do it. This is what we do. This is what it costs. Let's move on. I feel that one thing that has allowed our team here at SCE to expand and to continuously expand and grow year after year is by, yes, we do a piece of that form of selling, but we've now expanded to the next form of selling, and that is sharing and selling the experience. I feel like when you sell the stuff, you almost limit your ability in a lot of ways, because when you sell just the stuff, I feel that you will only close a fraction of the transactions that you are trying to earn in terms of the conversation, right? So you're talking about the things that maybe go over the head or maybe don't really hit the sweet spot in terms of what that couple is searching for. Therefore, they don't move forward with you, your business, and your service. So let's go to the next form of selling the experience, right? They get a better understanding of how you do things. They get a better understanding of what you're able to bring to the table for them, what their day will look like. And I feel like you've graduated from that transaction form of selling to this next level, which is like really interesting. And I feel that when you do that, when you sell the experience, when they can almost see it, they can visualize it, I feel that the transaction closing rate is increased significantly. Now, I don't have stats to back up this. This whole thing, it was inspired by a post that I saw someone sharing about the way that they do sales within their world. But I broke it down into how we operate here at SCE, and it's very much real. So when you sell the experience, people can visualize it. They can almost like touch it in certain ways. They can envision their day that way. And I feel that the closing rates, that transaction, increases significantly. Now, I'm not going to say maybe the first line is half closing rate, the second line is maybe 70% closing rate. It could be those numbers. I don't know what the numbers are, but I'm just using this to share it forward, pay it forward, and hopefully help you overcome the sales obstacles that are literally hindering you and your business from growing. The last form of selling, and I think this is something that I try to do without even realizing what I'm doing, is selling the feeling, the storytelling aspect of it. You want people to understand the facts, the widgets, the transactions. You want them to be able to then go to that visualization point. But the next point, and what I really try to focus on without even intentionally doing it, is to sell the feelings. And I want the person I'm speaking to, or the couple that I'm speaking to, or the family that I'm speaking to literally envision the entire experience. But I want them to bond to the why. I want them to bond to the story, so much so that they start feeling something. And I feel that if you can cross over to that next level, that higher level, that emotional fabric is what I call it, mode of that transaction, that conversation, I believe that you cross a border that is almost a surefire, if not 9 out of 10 opportunity win in your favor. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that I have spoke to numerous couples this year that were initially intending to plan out their wedding entertainment for a fraction of what they actually ended up investing within my company, because the conversation had taken some twists and turns. We crossed over from that initial transaction to that envisioning of the event, but then we've touched on the emotional fabric where they got to feel something, and I got them so excited and they felt something. And I think what I've learned is, as you move people through these different modes of the selling process, your closing rate goes up, but your ability to work with a couple truly is what is going to be impacted here. And in the instance of the situation that I'm sharing with you about someone that maybe had invested significantly more to work with me and to work with this company here, it's because that we made them feel a certain way. We respected them. They were able to envision it, but they were able to feel it. And I feel that once they felt it, they almost realized that they couldn't then go backwards and be without that. So they maybe rearranged their budget, and they made the investment possible to have myself or this team here part of their day. And they didn't come in initially, to do that. I think most couples that are planning a wedding or booking a DJ, they've never really done it before. They've heard stories about how others that they're connected to may have done things in the past, but they've never done this themselves. They've gone on and received loose education from social media platforms, or by reading short form articles on some of the informative sites that exist in the world, but they've never gone through this process themselves. They can base their experiences attending other events on maybe what they want or they think they want, but they don't know. And I think that's why the transaction of selling and that whole process is really, really important, to be authentic, to line up with who you are, what you're capable of doing, and why you do it, to embrace storytelling and to help people, to be a resource for people. And I feel like if you're able to do that stuff, you go from just getting those really so what's it going to cost kind of messages and exchanges of communication to now what's it going to look like. And then you then move into, well, this is how you're going to feel, and this is how I feel, and you want them to feel it. Really, that's what it's all about. This is a long-winded video here on this platform, but I feel like it hits home for so many different people, because there's so many DJs that struggle with sales, with closing, with conveying the things that they can do in a way that connect to people. And I hope that this long video can help, even if it just helps one DJ out there. I know that I've done my part to at least pay it forward. I feel that the conversation and whether it be sales, whether it be marketing, whether it be branding, I feel like it all kind of goes in the same lines in a lot of respects. What connects people to content on social media? It's because you made them feel a certain way. They enjoyed it. Yes, there are people that are super successful for just giving out the stats. Of course, they're going to get that. But when you can see something and then you can feel something from it, that's the stuff that like makes posts go viral. That's the stuff that's like the magic stuff. It's hard to recreate if you're not being true to who you are. And I feel like we've all seen DJs replicating, very similar posts and putting things out there. There's someone that can post something and get 10 million views. Then there's someone that can post something that gets 200 views. And the 200 view little mix or edit or scratch could be technically much better than the thing that goes super viral and goes out to millions and millions of people. Why is that? Because the technical little routine didn't connect to people in the way that maybe the less technical version did, but the less technical version connected with them in an emotional way. And that's the point of this. If you're struggling with your sales, think about what you're saying, why you're saying it, and try to unwrap how you can connect and how you can cross over the borders from talking about the stuff and the widgets and the facts and all the stats and all that stuff to connecting to the person you're talking to or the couple you're talking to envisioning it, to then cross over to letting them feel why you do what you do, letting them feel what it's going to be like if they bring you into their celebration, and make your value message so rich that they can't afford not to have you. If you do that, big things in store for you in the future. I can promise you that. I'd love to hear from you. Agree with me, disagree with me? Let me hear from you in the comments underneath this video, and I appreciate you sticking with me to the very end. More content on deck. Be on the lookout for it right here on this channel in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Thanks for watching.